and welcome to Nonprofit News. I'm your host, Don Pollock, station manager for Laverne Community Television. We have so many wonderful nonprofit agencies and organizations here in Laverne. We wanted to tell you about some of the services they provide, where their funding comes from, and who's eligible for the services. We've actually crossed the border a little bit tonight, and we're going to visit with someone from McKinley Children's Center in San Dimas. And our guest tonight is Pam Jordan, who's the Chief Operations Officer for McKinley Children's Center. So Pam, welcome.
Well, thank you, Don. It's a pleasure to be here.
McKinley's been around for a long time.
Yes, indeed. In fact, we've celebrated 103 years of services, although we weren't originally called McKinley, but the boys decided that they wanted a name when the president came to visit.
Tell us a little about the services that McKinley Children's Center provides.
We are a multi-service agency, and so we have 5 broad categories. We have a non-public school that welcomes community children for special education. We have our residential program that can accommodate up to 94 boys from 8 to 16, and sometimes a little older. And we have our foster family program that can accommodate boys and girls, and if people want to ultimately adopt, they can do so. Also, we have a mental health program with a program that provides what we call day rehabilitation services.
It's quite an array of programs. How do the kids who come to McKinley get referred?
The children are referred by the Department of Child and Family Services. Unfortunately, they come to our attention because they've been abused or neglected, and they need a stable environment in which to heal.
Okay. What's the region in which McKinley accepts referrals from?
Well, we're fortunate. The majority of our clientele are referred by the Department of Children and Family Services in Los Angeles, but we also accept referrals from Orange County, San Bernardino, Riverside, and we've gotten children from as far as Ventura and even further.
So you mentioned a little bit about the foster care program, which is one of your newer programs. I don't know if you can tell us any more about that.
Well, certainly. We're always interested in recruiting and training new foster families. As you can imagine, Don, a lot of people would like babies and young children, but unfortunately the need is for older children. And we like people who have established themselves and maybe had careers and have something else to give to children who are perhaps a little bit older.
Imagine with some of the challenges to the California budget that impacts funding for nonprofit agencies like you.
Well, throughout California, we're dealing with the seriousness of our economy. This is no different for McKinley Children's Center, so donations are especially gratifying. We have a number of programs coming up this month. We have a walk-a-thon for the children at McKinley, and so we encourage people to participate in any small or large way that they possibly can. But we do need donations of both money and physical things, and we also certainly appreciate any kind of cooperation that comes from our community.
Now, I know the kinds of kids that have gotten referred has changed over the years.
Most definitely.
And so I don't know the age range or the kind of problems that kids who get referred to McKinley have now.
Well, the children referred to McKinley have come from abused and neglected circumstances. Unfortunately, they may have been sexually violated, they have been emotionally disturbed, and so their needs are quite extreme. We're fortunate because we're able to provide non-public education in the way of special education, but we're also able to provide clinical services. So therapy is available, recreation, and an environment that supports them so they can move towards leading vital, exciting lives.
And what do you think the future is for McKinley? Are there new programs that are coming up or things that are being developed now?
Absolutely. I think that unfortunately, the population of children in need continues to grow, and so we're at the cutting edge. We provide wonderful mental health services, educational services, vocational services, and we're looking forward to some expansion in the future. And with the support of our communities and with the government, perhaps we can see that happen.
Where's McKinley's located in San Dimas?
We're located in an ideal location off of Lone Hill and Cypress, and we're in a wonderful landscaped area where children can really thrive. We have a wonderful pool. We've just built new classrooms for the children. We're on approximately 41 acres, and it's a really nice setting. In fact, we're one of San Dimas's best kept secrets.
What if somebody hears about the services that McKinley provides and they say, hey, I know somebody who could really benefit from those kind of services? What should they do?
Well, we certainly have an intake department. However, our referrals do come from the Department of Children's Services, which means these children have already been established as dependents of the court and in need of services. However, if they're interested, I hope they do call just to gather information, learn about our developing programs, and if they are interested in volunteering in some capacity, to call our number and let us know. Our development department is always on the lookout for people who have the energy and enthusiasm to provide good times for our children.
Thank you so much. Our guest has been Pam Jordan, the Chief Operations Officer from McKinley Children's Center in San Dimas. I'm Don Pollock. You've been watching Nonprofit News, and on behalf of Laverne Community Television, good night.